Right now at noon, Storm Team 29 is tracking dangerous flash flooding across central Virginia. We are live on the scene in Albemarle County, where rescue crews search for 2 people swept away by the waters.
Well, here we are.
Rushing rivers and streams are overflowing their banks, washing out roads all across central Virginia, leaving damage in the wake.
And NBC 29 is live in Greene County, where a mudslide on the mountain shut down Route 33. A shelter is set up for people impacted there by the floods.
Well, the atmosphere has rained itself out, but looks to reload shortly. I'll show you what to expect.
Live in high definition from the area's most experienced news team. This is NBC 29 HD News at Noon.
Right now, crews are searching the Ivy area of Albemarle County for a couple swept away in the floodwater during last night's heavy rain.
Albemarle County's fire chief says the car was repeatedly tossed and overturned in that water. We are also receiving reports that crews on scene may now have recovered 1 body from that. NBC 29's Taylor Gleason is live on the scene where this all took place and where that search continues. Taylor?
Yeah, well, Matt and Sharon, our partner, the Daily Progress, is now reporting that 1 body has been found near Ivy Creek. Of course, Fire and Rescue have not confirmed this information as of right now. Now, we're here on the top of Old Ballard Road here. This is as far as Fire and Rescue are letting us go so that we can stay safe up here, because the scene at the bottom of the hill is still very active with flooding waters and roadways now starting to break apart. Now, the Albemarle County Fire and Rescue says that Ivy Creek swelled over the roadway, grabbing the Prius and another vehicle around 9:30 last night. A man and woman believed to be Albemarle County residents climbed out of the Prius but were swept away with the water. The occupant in the second vehicle escaped and was rescued. Albemarle County rescue teams assisted with crews from Lynchburg and did locate the vehicle.
We were hit with multiple bands of heavy rain starting yesterday afternoon through the night, which caused a huge amount of public safety calls for service, including water rescue calls, which overwhelmed our local and regional resources here in the Albemarle-Charlottesville area.
Fire Chief Eggleston believes Ivy Creek stretched about 100 yards wide from that rain last night and says the incoming rain today could potentially do that again. Now, he also stressed for people living in flooded areas, do not drive through roadways today that are covered with water. It's for your own safety. Rescue teams are expected to remain here the rest of the day and continue to monitor the scene and hopefully, of course, find that couple.
Taylor Gleason, live for us in the Ivy section of Albemarle County this afternoon. Thank you, Taylor. A search is also going on right now for a woman missing in flooding in Madison County. The sheriff's office there says it got a call around 8:30 last night with a report of a woman in the water who couldn't be found. Ruckersville Volunteer Fire Company was among the first responders called to assist with that. This is in the Syria area. Those crews say they were able to rescue 1 person who was taken to a hospital. Firefighters tell us a second person was reported missing, and Virginia State Police Search and Recovery Team divers are now out there assisting the sheriff's office. Crews back out on the scene. They're continuing that search this afternoon. Getting around on the roads is pretty tough right now in parts of Greene County.
Rough going. Close to a dozen roads are closed this afternoon, and that includes Route 33, where a major mudslide is causing big problems. NBC 29's Pete DeLuca has our team coverage. He's continuing that live from that scene. Hi, Pete.
Yeah, hey there, Sharon. That massive mudslide is near Swift Run Gap, and all of that rainfall overnight has caused flooding all throughout the county. We're here along Route 33, where you can take a look at just how bad this flooding is. It's still pouring down the mountain, and look just how deep some of these craters are from that water just streaming down. Now, VDOT Communications Director Lou Hatter says 10 to 12 roads are currently closed due to flooding. Greene County Sheriff Steve Smith tells me multiple bridges, including all 3 in Mutton Hollow, are currently closed. Both organizations are on scene at that mudslide, loading dump trucks with mud and removing it.
A lot of the back roads are completely covered. The bridges are covered. Some of the bridges are completely washed out. And we're asking people not to try to cross any area that is covered with water because you can't see. A lot of the pavement has been dislodged, and there's sinkholes, and it's just a lot deeper than what it looks.
Now, VDOT says power is out in a number of locations throughout the county. Both VDOT and the Sheriff's Office say most roads will be closed until at least later this evening. They are anticipating more rain throughout the day and throughout the night and say that things could get much worse. The sheriff says his office is currently working to rescue at least one family at this time. He says both he and VDOT are urging people to just stay home and don't try and drive through these roadways, and especially do not try and drive through water, because no matter how shallow it looks, you just have no idea what is underneath of it.
You don't, and even if you're on a roadway that looks like it's okay, be careful, because there could be big craters down the way in front of you that you can't even see from where you are. All right, Pete DeLuca in Greene County for us this afternoon, where again a major mudslide is causing big issues. And he mentioned Dominion crews are right now trying to restore power to hundreds of homes in central Virginia. We have a look at the outage map for Dominion. Dominion reports a little more than 400 people in Albemarle County are in the dark right now. Rappahannock Electric Cooperative, which services Greene County, is also reporting 539 people without power in that area. Albemarle County Service Authority crews are working to get the water service restored to people in the northern part of the county. The authority tweeted these photos: floodwaters, damage to major water line, cutting off most of the area north of Hollymead Town Center. Crews are hoping, though, to install a bypass connection around the damaged line to get the water flowing to customers again. We are expecting a news conference about 1 o'clock where the authority is planning to update us on those repairs and exactly when that water might be restored to the area.
Several parks and trails in Charlottesville and Albemarle County are closed this afternoon due to damage from the overflowing Rivanna River. Both Azalea and Riverview parks are closed right now. Crews at Azalea are cleaning up mud and debris from flash flooding, but the city hopes to reopen the park by 3 o'clock this afternoon. Parks and Rec officials say the flooding over at Riverview is the worst they've seen in 30 years. The water is covering most of the swing set, as you see there, and the picnic tables. There's even an actual current from the Rivanna River you see there running through the park. Parks and Rec says it will have to wait for those water levels to go down before any cleanup can begin. Albemarle County is still assessing its parks, but right now Chris Green Lake and Darden Tow are closed. A flood warning now extends through mid-afternoon for central Virginia and the Valley. We want to take a live look over downtown Charlottesville. As you see here, we've seen some peaks of sunshine this morning, but don't let your guard down. Don't let it fool you. More rain is on the way. Storm Team 29 meteorologist Josh Fitzpatrick has a look now at what we can expect. Good afternoon, Josh.
Hi there, Matt. And the last thing we want to see actually is sunshine, because the sun will help to further destabilize the atmosphere, causing more showers and downpours to form. Here's the latest from the National Weather Service. They have extended the flood warnings for a few more hours for central Virginia and into parts of the valley. For Albemarle County, the city of Charlottesville, including Crozet as well. Flood warning continues until 3:45, and for portions of Orange, Madison, Greene, and Culpeper counties until 1:45, and for areas south and east of the Harrisonburg area, northeast of Charlottesville, and also into Stanton up to 3 o'clock this afternoon. There's a flood warning that continues, but if more downpours form, these warnings could be extended further into this evening. But right now, our exclusive dual pole triple Doppler radar isn't showing much. A couple of light showers over the valley, but in this type of weather pattern, you can go 15 minutes and get a downpour. Here's a radar picture of the last 24 hours, and between 3 o'clock and midnight, there were multiple waves of showers and downpours, especially on the west end of Charlottesville into Crozet. This area picked up a summer's worth of rainfall in just a few hours. So today, we're on that tropical downpour watch with highs in the 80s. All right, I'll have an update through the weekend forecast, what you can expect in just a few minutes. Sharon, Matt.
Okay, thank you, Josh. New at noon, state police are investigating a fatal accident on Interstate 64 in Albemarle County. Troopers say a car collided with a tractor trailer in the westbound lanes near the Ivy exit just before 7:30 this morning. One person died. Police have not released the victim's name. The interstate lanes are back open to traffic this afternoon. On the Crime Watch this afternoon, jury deliberations are about to begin at any moment in a Charlottesville murder trial. They will need to determine if 41-year-old Gregory Fitzgerald committed first-degree murder in the shooting death of 43-year-old Bobby Reveau. In this morning's closing arguments, prosecutors told the jury to trust a man who was involved in a drug deal with Reveau the night of that shooting on Run Street. They say he knew details about the shooter and the weapon. that hadn't been released publicly. The defense argues the witness is lying, saying if he fled the state out of fear after the shooting, why would he leave his family behind? We will bring you the jury's decision as soon as it comes into our newsroom.
The trial for a Louisa County man is on hold after he requested to switch to a jury trial. Kelly Clark Jr. is accused of trying to kill a sheriff's deputy after he crashed his car on Louisa Road in 2016. He was supposed to have a jury trial, but then last week, investigators say he decided he wanted a bench trial. That means a judge would rule on the case. That trial was supposed to start Monday, but now Clark says he wants to go back to a jury trial to decide his fate after all. A hearing is set for June 25th. Hearings are scheduled for next week after 9 animals were seized from 2 farms in Louisa County. We talked with the son of one of the owners who claims his parents are innocent. Animal Control received a phone call last April saying 4 horses on a farm were not being fed. Animal Control says it tried to work with the owners by telling them to increase the feed. After another call last week, they went out, determined the horses were malnourished, and seized them. The family believes a proper investigation was not conducted, and they should have been alerted about that seizure.
We're not required to give any notice, and actually it would work against us if we did give notice of an intent to seize.
I know for a fact they've been fed because I've been feeding them.
Seizure hearings for both of these animal welfare cases are scheduled for June 5th. A cattle dog is corralling the herd despite his disability.
Patton has become quite an attraction for his herding prowess on the farm in North Dakota. We will show you just how he gets around.
On the alert for possible new flash flooding later on today into this evening, I'll have your hour-by-hour forecast next.